Hey everyone, Princess Rainbow Gaming here, and welcome back to another gameplay. Today, we are doing Doki Literature Club. Now, I'm gonna warn everyone, and I'm gonna read the warning here. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. For content warnings, please visit the website that it shows here. By playing Doki Doki, you agree that you are at least 13 years of age and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. Now, since I'm trying to keep my channel, PG, I'm gonna try and I use Windows Movie Maker. I'm gonna use a quick little trick to censor any like curse words or just anything that I might think is not PG. So, here we go. Now, for now, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm actually, no. Actually, yeah. I'm gonna turn on the sound. I'm sorry if you won't be able to hear me. Probably should have done this sooner. Actually, you know what? Okay, I paused. I do have sound on. So, I'm good. I'm good. You guys can hear. Turn on. There we go. So, I know. Okay, just double checking. Alright. Welcome to Doki Literature Club. Now, I have played through this as a bit of a warning, so I kind of know what's going on. But it's still pretty fun to play through over and over. So, I'm gonna act as if it's my first time. Please enter your name. Now, for the sake of this, I'm going to use Rainbow as my name. Actually, no, let's go Princess. Had it really been 10 minutes? So, in case you didn't see, my name is gonna be Princess RD. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase her after me like this, I almost feel better running away. Oh, sorry. I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again! But I got you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking of ignoring me. That's mean, Princess RD. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think that we're a couple or something. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, Princess RD, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already. I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content getting on by Just getting by on the average while watching or spending my free time on games and anime. I don't know how to read.
Uh-huh. I was talking about how worried I am that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before.
Skills! Where are my reading skills?
I was worried.
I suck at this. Okay.
I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college.
There.
Your happiness is really important to me, you know? And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a
Just kidding.
neat in a few years. Because you're not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you.
Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though.
Will you please promise me you'll try a little?
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yay!
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club.
Hello?
Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom.
Okay. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought,
Know what?
well, you can come to my club.
Sayori,
Yeah?
there's no way I'm going to your club.
Mimi.
Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure that she only did just because she thought it would be fun to start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, so she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Come on, please.
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. Natsuki makes cupcakes and everything.
Made cupcakes. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yes, let's go.
And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori... I didn't even read that. Whoops. Can I go back and look? History. Yeah. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Sorry.
Everyone, the new member's here.
I told you, don't call me new member. Huh? I glance around the room. Welcome to Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Nice things. Girl 1, Girl 2.
Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere.
Ah, Princess RD. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club. is full of incredibly cute girls.
What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it.
Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose apparently name is Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes according to Natsuki. Ah! Sayori! I'm such an idiot!
You can just ignore her when she gets moody.
I seriously can't read. I'm sorry if I make mistakes. Like I just did that last one. Oh, I didn't even read that. History! Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back to the other girls.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club.
Don't say things like that. Yuri, who's appeared comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you.
And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right?
That's right. It's so great to see you again, Princess RD. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same classes last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica.
Come sit down, Princess RD. We made room for you at the table.
Forgot to read the second part.
We made room for you at the table, so you can come sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them.
Sorry, that sounds like a little too excited. Oh well.
Sorry, I got a little too excited.
Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. And Yuri, walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling a little awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa!
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes, decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make the ears.
So cute!
I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki.
Well, you know. Just hurry and take one.
Sayori grabbed one first, then Monica, then I follow.
It's delicious!
Oh, sorry.
It's delicious!
Sayori talks with her mouth full, and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help her notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Why are you thanking me? It's not like I...
Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
Made them for you or anything.
I thought you technically did. Sayori said,
well, maybe, but not for you. You.
Oh, sorry.
Not for, you, dummy.
Okay, alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a nice hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you.
Huh? That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I think Yuri just got roasted. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading may not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and then smiles at me.
So, what made you consider the literature club?
I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so...
That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Actually, I'm gonna go into the settings real quick. Pardon me, everybody. There we go. Sorry, everyone. Had a little bit of a crash, but I was able to make it back to where my recorder stopped. I am so sorry, but I am in full screen now, so we can continue. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year?
Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events.
Prepare for events.
I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader.
Mm-hmm. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we can all grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah.
We'll do our best.
You know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though, I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Princess Hardy, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much for a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without even thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile.
Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling such a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in. But it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements really usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Ah, I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped onto something I could relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri, for someone as gentle as you.
I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I can't really put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful by changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
Ugh, I hate horror.
Oh? Why's that?
Well,
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud. You give that back. Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute!
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's really impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Tired. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess it's the same for Yuri, I guess.
Aw, I really wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment.
Okay. I have an idea, everyone.
Ooh? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzily at Monica. Oh, God. I am really tired.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone's even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Princess Hardy?
Monica smiles warmly at me again. Hold on. There's still one problem.
What's that?
Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
But...
I'm sorry. I thought...
Princess Hardy...
You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is... If writing poems is the price I need to... in order to pay... Oh. If writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, The girl's eyes light up.
Yes, I'm so happy.
Sayori wraps her arms around me and jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment.
If you really,
Okay, here's one of the censor moments. Cut.
if you really would have came for the cupcakes, I would be super mad.
Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share.
Oh, I forgot to read that. Monica looks over at me once more.
Princess RD, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah. Can I really impress this class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey, Princess RD, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs.
Sure, might as well. Yay!
The two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay, so each episode I'm going to cut it off at this point where I have to write a poem, and I'm going to save the poem for next time. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like to see more of this game, let me know. Leave a like down below and leave me a comment saying, leave me a comment telling me that you want more of this game. And this has been Doki Doki Literature Club, Part 1. And this is Princess Rainbow Gaming, signing out.